Podcast time. Hi, my name is Anakin, and I will be your host for today's podcast episode. Yes, this is a podcast. As you can see, well, actually, you're probably hearing this, but if you're on YouTube or a different site with the video, then you're seeing me. But yes, hi. Thank you for joining me. Just wanted to start out by saying, since this is a little project of mine, gotta kind of get off the presence of what this is first. So, all in all, what this is it's a project, kind of showing off different forms of radio. And for me, I believe that podcasts are the, most efficient and most futuristic form of radio, because I feel like podcasts are the new and evolved type of form, because this isn't for most, or a lot of people, this isn't for even most people, but I feel like the newer generation is switching to more podcasts, which instead of having live shows of kind of like radios where it's like live shows, if you miss it, it's kind of gone for good. Podcasts are kind of, in a similar term, it's basically a recorded version of a radio station. You're recording different episodes of something to kind of go back to, which I feel like fits in line with what the newer generation is, kind of like being able to get something like on the fly. Like if you have time, you can listen to this podcast or something like that. That's why I think podcasts are so important today. Now, enough of the boring stuff. It's podcast time, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Now, if some of you are new here, all of you are going to be new here since this is the first episode. This podcast is a little different from other podcasts. We're going to start off most of these episodes, a few of the starting episodes, with our viewers' input. What I have is our viewers kind of give me their suggestions for topics, give me their suggestions for questions, ideas, anything they want me to talk about, and I will talk about them. That is what we're going to do today. Now, yes, I know I'm pretty cool, so I don't know where that came from. Yeah, unfortunately I do not have a co-host today, so it's just going to be just me. Hopefully I can entertain you guys for the whole length of this podcast, but we're going to try. Now, the first topic we're going to dive into is a pretty simple one. Cats versus dogs. This is the first question that I got. And, I feel like cats versus dogs it's a very simple topic, on the tip of the iceberg. But as you keep going down, I feel like there are so many things that, you have to take into consideration with cats versus dogs. Because on one side, you have cats, which, some people can consider, more, lovable, more, cuddly, kind of, a more, I guess you could say, security pet, how you have a security blanket. I feel like cats are one of those things where, if you're ever stressed or, you have anxiety, a cat will just come cuddle up next to you and bam, all your problems go away. Not really, but we can pretend. And with dogs, I feel like you have, the more side of, a loyal, pet, something that's going to, be there for you at all times, play fetch with you, something that will be your best friend. And so on those two terms, yes, those are the very simple terms. But I feel like you can't really compare a cat and a dog just together separately, because you have so many different types of cats and so many different types of dogs that I feel like it's unfair to just judge them one or the other, right? Because, let's take a look at a pug, for example, right? There might be some of you out there that like pugs, and pugs are cute. I can agree with that. But I've recently discovered that they're basically just like walking like defects, right? I mean, it is so hard to keep a pug like up to date and actually healthy, because if you like don't feed it like enough, if you feed it like too much, like arthritis. If you like keep it like comfy, you know, like that's what it needs to be, like bam, arthritis. Like it can't really walk that well. But if you don't keep it like comfy and all that, then like apparently it can get like diseases really easily. Its eyes can like pop out of its sockets, which is kind of like, that's creepy as frick. Like, I don't know why. Like, why do pugs exist? Like, I get it, pugs are cute, but like, why do they exist to like just like not be good at life? You know, like I feel like pugs. The more we get pugs, and the more people like adopt pugs, I feel like we're just like prolonging their misery. Yeah. Except for is it pudding? No, I don't know. I can't remember the dog's name, but like the Bones Day dog. I can't think of his name. It's like pudding? Butter? I don't know. But the Bones Day dog. Like that dog's kind of just chilling in life. And like the fact that like it can't really move, you know, because it's like kind of a little pumpy boy. Good for him, you know, like at least his owner like takes care of him. I'm on a tangent. Anyway, dogs versus cats. That's what we're all about here. And yeah. You know, personally, I can go with either. I like dogs, I like cats. You know, yeah, if I could get a dog that's like just as cuddly as a cat, I'd probably go with the dog. But if I can get a cat that's like is cuddly too, then I don't know. I just want something that I can cuddle, okay? That I can hold, that I can squish. Excuse me. You know, just kind of like. I want a pet that loves me. Because right now I have a pet. See, I have a cat named Sunset, right? She's a little skittish. She's a little zoomy gal, right? So like, if you even like take a step and she's kind of just like walking around, she's gone. She's absolutely just gone. Out of the room. Bye-bye. Gonzo. And that's just real. Like, in my family, I'm her favorite, right? I am her favorite owner, person, best friend, relationship guy. But like, nobody else in my life, like my family, my mom, my dad, like they're kind of like, she'll only kind of cuddle with me. But like, she doesn't really even cuddle with me. Kind of just runs away all the time, you know. She fetches. Fun fact. Yeah, my cat Sunset somehow learned to fetch. So like, say if you like throw like a little like pipe cleaner, you know, like she'll go pick it up in her mouth and bring it back. She's basically just a dog in a cat's body, which is pretty cool. But yeah, enough about me. Co-host Sweater, what do you have to say to this? I'm lonely. Anyways, cats versus dogs. I feel like they're pretty even, but because of pugs being just like a natural defect that's living, I think I'm gonna have to give it to cats. Final offer, 1-0 cats. Change my mind. Next topic we have here today is my favorite TV show. Now, after cats versus dogs, I'm gonna be honest. Most of these questions are gonna be about me. Because for some reason my audience wants to know about me and not just like topics in general. So, looks like you're going to be hearing my voice talk about me a lot for the next however long. I'm so sorry. Why are you guys watching this? Why are you... I'm not even entertaining. I'm not even entertaining. I don't know. Ugh. Anyways, let's go on to the next topic, which is my favorite TV show. And my favorite TV show is one that has not changed for like a solid 10-ish years. So, my best friend Cade Gummy, Cade Monty Boy, he got me into a little show called Gravity Falls. And as soon as I watched this show, like, I was instantly hooked. Like, I'm pretty sure the first episode that I watched was the golfing one, where like all the golf balls in this like the mini golf like area are alive, you know, and then like you have that one scene where all of them are trying to get like a sticker, basically like a trophy sticker, to like see like what clan of like golf balls are the best, because like you have like the pirate ship hole and like the medieval hole, and like each one is like a different little like civilization, right? And so you have one which is like the mining hole, right? So you hit it like into the mines, and so you go into like you see into like their little world, and it's literally just like a huge mine shaft with like poison gas. And they're like, no, we can't, like, the poison gas, it'll kill us all, we can't do the hole. And then like this like big guy, okay, like he comes up and he's like, I'll do it. And then this little girl comes up and she's like, no, Big Jeffrey. I think his name's Big Jeffrey, or like Big Jeff or something like that. I'm so sorry, like if I can't remember his name, I'm gonna feel so bad. But she's like, no, Big Henry. She's like, no, Big Henry, you'll die. And he's like, don't worry, Susan, I'll make it back alive. I gotta do this for the miners. And so he puts that ball in a minecart and he just starts chugging it along, you know, like all this like poison gases around him, and he's like, gotta do it for little Susie. And he like is just pushing along, and then finally he gets to the end, you know, he gets into this like elevator, he hits the button, and then he pulls out like a little like picture of him and like little Susie, and he's like, I did it for you. And then he dies. Like a freaking like a little golf ball just dies, and I'm just like, Big Henry, no. Anyways, amazing show. If you guys don't know about it, basically, Gravity Falls is a show that originated on Disney Channel. One of the two, but it's like a Disney show. If you haven't seen it, it's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it. There's 2 seasons where it's basically a boy, like 2 basically children, one named Dipper, one named Mabel, like go to live with like their grunkle Stan, which is like a great uncle. And they live in like this place called Gravity Falls. I think it's Oregon, like Gravity Falls, Oregon, Ohio. One of those places that don't exist. But yeah, so basically, you know, they go there, and this whole town's just like weird, you know, like a bunch of mysteries that they solve, and it's only like 2 seasons, and like it's so good. Literally like my favorite TV show forever, and I don't see it changing soon, just because like it's so good. Like all the like every single episode is so different, so unique, because it has like its own story. Like you'll have each story kind of being a little own mystery and like everything that's happening in the town. And it's just so good because like all the characters are likable and the ending is just phenomenal. Like, yeah, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. But yeah, that's Gravity Falls. Cool place. Cool. Yeah. I don't know why I've been yawning so much, but I've been yawning a lot, right? And like every time I yawn, I kind of just go like, whoop, and it's gone, you know, because I don't want to yawn on my podcast and just have you guys listening to my yawns, which isn't really entertaining. But so be it. I kind of just like, God, you know, it's good. It's not good. Anyways, technical difficulties. Yeah, that's my favorite TV show. Thank you, anonymous listener. Very cool, very pog. On to our next question, which is, who is my guy BFF? Guy, best friend forever. Guy, beans, fries, and family. 5 guys, many ties. Now, if any of you know me, of course, you'll know that my guy BFF, as I actually mentioned him before, was Cade Monty Boy, Monty Mole Man himself, Gummy Tasty Boys, number 2, Montgomery. See, now, the reason why he is my BFF, Beans, Bros, and Bodily Fluids, is that he and I grew up on the same street. And, according to all known laws of aviation, if there is a kid on your same street and you're both the same age, bam, friends. Because, there was really nobody else. Everyone else was, too young, too old. And Cade, he was literally my age, my same grade. So I was like, hey, yo, let's be friends. And he was like, okay. Now, granted, we have been through some tough times. Did I maybe say he had anger issues back when I was 7? And did he get mad at me? Maybe. Are we better friends because of it? Most definitely. Now, yes, it's true. We've been friends since 2nd grade or young. I don't know. But we've bonded over so many things in so much time. In elementary school, I had 3 main friends. Rylan, Jet, and Cade. Katie Boy, Monty Moman. And in 6th grade, I had not had a single class with any single one of them, except for Jet, and maybe Rylan, but not Cade. And at this point, I was like, okay, well, maybe 6th grade, that's my chance to be with my friends, to be with the cool kids. And then I had a feeling, and I'm like, you know what? What if life just decided to, not give me that chance and said, hey, yo, your 3 friends are actually all going to be in the same class together, and you're going to be the teacher that, bullies you for cleaning your glasses and thinking it's hand sanitizer. Yeah, the second option happened. Side tangent, onto my horrible 6th grade teacher. Yeah, no, she was, at the beginning of the school year, right? I was like, oh, she's nice, she's actually a cool teacher. My class, liked her enough, and, my friends were like, what do you mean, she sucks? And I was like, no, they're like, she's old. I'm like, no, she's cool, though. She's a cool teacher. And then, she just, started getting a vendetta against me for no reason whatsoever. I was just a little 6th grade Annie boy, a little 6th grade Anakin, little small guy, sitting there, and I was just like, cool, my glasses are dirty. Good thing I brought some glasses cleaner, and I just brought it out, little spray, wipe. And then my teacher looks me dead in the eyes in front of the whole classroom, and she is like, Anakin, stop messing with the hand sanitizer and pay attention in class. And I was like, excuse me? I don't know what you think is hand sanitizer, but I'm cleaning my glasses. And it just went all downhill from there. This lady, this woman teaching the young generation had the balls, had the gall to look at me and accuse me of not paying attention. Did she not know that I was a teacher's pet in elementary school up until, sophomore year? That was my rep. I was the good kid in school. Freaking Miss McDowell. I hope she hears this, and I hope she feels bad for yelling at a little 6th grade boy for cleaning his glasses and wanting to be able to see the board and learn. Anyways, back to friendship. Magical ponies and all that. Yeah, so me and Cade, best friends. This continued up until middle school, where we had a big group of friends. And, I call this the middle school friend group. Because, everyone from middle school was in it. Yada, yada, yada. Nothing really happened too much in this. It was kind of just normal friendship things, as you do. And this kind of just continued. Until... Well, actually, no, not not really normal friendship things. Like, we had a bunch of bonding experiences, you know, like we'd stay up late, we'd play games, you know, we'd have sleepovers, sleep on the tramp. Great experience, by the way. If you guys have never slept on a tramp outside in the summer, go do it. Because, like, here's a pro tip from a experienced veteran. What you do is you get a bunch of blankets and you just lay them out on the tramp, okay? Just, like, lay them out flat. And then you have blankets, right? Tramp equals bounce, blankets equals soft. Combine them together, just jump and then fall, and you won't get hurt. Don't listen to me. That is actually a lie. Please be safe when jumping on tramps. Viewer advised. Don't. Warning. Don't get me sued, please. But yeah. You know, also you would get like roll yourself up in a blanket. You know, you kind of just be like you'd like grab a blanket. You know, you'd like wrap yourself in it like a little burrito. Okay, and then you'd have burrito fights. First one to fall loses. And I was known back in my day as the burrito champion. Never got taken down once, or twice, or thrice. Good times. But then after, you know, playing, as kids do, you would kind of just relax, take a look up at the stars, maybe see a shooting star or two, and then fall asleep with your buddies. It's a good bonding experience. Speaking of bonding experiences, I was about to say church, but that's not the word, because I didn't do that. Scouts. Related to church, but Scouts. Scout camps. Now those were where boys turned into boys still. But boys who thought they were men. Because dang it, did we think we were woodsmen of the outdoors, thinking we could handle anything and everything. Could we though? No. We definitely could not. Yeah, it was rough. Like, I'll be honest, like, it was a good time, though. Like, we weren't, like, the best, like, you know, outdoor survivor wilderness people, but we tried our best, and that's all that matters. It was a good time, though, you know. Boys being boys, talking about a lot of stuff. Girls, mostly. Yeah, mostly girls. We kind of just sit down, you know, in our tent. Me and Cade being the oldest one with, like, a few of our friends. And we would be like, you know, that girl at school, man, she's cool and cute. And somebody else would say, well, why don't you just go for it? You know? Why don't you just go for it? And I'll be like, are you kidding me? Bro, that's too scary. And they'll be like, yeah, that's fair. Actually, that's a lie. That was the other people would say. Cade, let me tell you about Cade. This man was a chick magnet. I'm going to rephrase that because this man was very likable for women. Progressive. This man... Now, I'm not saying, you know, like, oh, he was a womanizer, you know. He was what's the term, you know, like swiping skirts. Yeah, he wasn't swiping skirts left and right. No, because he was a respectful man. Respectful young man. What he had, though, was confidence. And confidence is what women like, apparently. Because this man had it all. Literally not a care in the world. He had all the confidence. Like, man was playing, like junior varsity. Yeah, he was playing junior varsity, like, hockey in, like, 9th grade or, like, 8th grade. He was basically captain of the hockey team at, like, sophomore level. Like, he was, like, this good. And he was just, like, vibing in life. And, you know, females liked that. You know, to this day, He doesn't have too much confidence, you know. Things in life have happened. But hey, if you ever listen to this, gummy boy, you're freaking hot, and you got a good personality. Just just have confidence in yourself again. You dumb. Got him. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So this guy had all the confidence in the world. You know, like great guy, cool guy. But yeah, so like we basically have these night talks at night. You know, we'd like be having a sleepover, and we'd be like, oh, so like, who do you like? And I'd be like, oh, you know, I like this girl. Nobody's gonna watch this. Should I just expose myself? Yeah, so I'd be like, you know what? I like this girl named Audrey, and so I liked this girl for a while. You know, like basically. I liked this girl for like a long time. Me and my friend got in an argument over it. We were kind of fighting over a girl, you know, cliche. I know, I won, maybe. But basically, I'm losing my voice, but it's fine. Basically, I was, you know, liking this girl, and I was like, man, she's cute. Was I liking Audrey in middle school? Man, I don't even know. Like, middle school is such a blur to me. Who did I like in middle school? I think it was Audrey. We're gonna go with Audrey. Of course, I'm not using their real names. You know, like Audrey, not her real name, like made up name. But like, I really like this girl like Audrey. You know, and that didn't turn out because I was a little awkward boy back in middle school. But yeah, I don't know. What am I talking about? Me and Cade BFF's final offer. Question. Got him. But now we're going to move on to, I'm going to keep going on like my high school career. Because like, am I? No, I'm here for the viewers. I'm here for you guys. Hey, how's it going? You know, I see you. Behind that screen, listen to this podcast. Just want to say, you're looking mighty good. I don't know what you're wearing. I don't know who you are. But you're a cool person. Have confidence in yourself. Because confidence is key in life. Have a good day. Okay, now that we're done breaking the fourth wall, we're going to go back to our viewers' questions, which is, the next question is, what movies make me cry? Now, I'll let you know it is very hard to get me to cry. I do not cry a lot. I used to when I was a little baby boy, but now that I am mature... I'm not mature. Now that I have grown up, you know, a little bit, I'm 19, I don't cry as much. It takes a lot to make me cry. Like, if something really sad happens to me, or if I'm under, like, a lot of stress, you know, like, the waterworks, they start flowing. But, if it's a sad movie, probably not going to get me to cry. Anime's gotten me to cry. I've cried because of some anime. Another topic for another day. Maybe we'll talk about anime or something someday. But yeah, only one movie that I can like remember, like in my mind, that has made me cry, and that was a movie called 8-Bit Christmas that I watched like a month ago, actually. So basically, like the story of this movie was this kid wanted to get an SNES for Christmas. This is like back in the 80s, you know, it's like where the story takes place, and so it's this dad talking about, like, to his daughter, like, how he wanted to get an SNES. Because, like, his daughter wants a phone for Christmas. And so, like, the whole story happened. So this is gonna be, like, major spoilers. Kind of spoilers for the end. But, like, the whole thing, like, at the end, like, it's, like, the dad who, like, dad in the past is working, like, with his dad. And, like, they... like, for Christmas, instead of getting him an SNES, they build him treehouse, right? And so him and his dad like work on the treehouse like a lot. Like that was kind of like their thing throughout like the many years. And then like it comes to like his daughter and like the dad grown up, and they're like, oh, and he's like that's like the playhouse, like that's like the treehouse that we always play in. And so got the hiccups, what the frick? And so basically like what at the end they all sit down for dinner at like the dad's mom's house, so like the like daughter's grandma's house. Like so they sit down and they're kind of just like all sitting there, and they're like the whole thing is like, oh yeah, this like year is gonna be a little different this year, like this Christmas. And I was thinking like, oh maybe like the parents got divorced, but like no, like the daughter's mom is still married to like the dad, like who the story's about. And I'm like, okay, so like why is this Christmas gonna be different? And so like I kind of like got an idea in my head because I'm like I'm decent at like guessing how movies end and stuff like that. It's like a blessing and a curse. But I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, oh no. And apparently like it turns out like the dad who the story's about, like the one that like built the treehouse with his dad, like he died. And that brought tears to my eyes because like I do a bunch of projects with my dad, and like it was just like kind of like a similar relationship. So I don't know, it just made me cry. These aren't tears, they're yawn sweats. Anyways, thank you for the question, anonymous reader. You're cool. We're gonna go on to the next one, which will be our last topic for the day, which is, what is my guilty pleasure? Now, many of you may know me as a gamer. That's all. I'm a gamer. Honestly, I don't really have a guilty pleasure. Like, I've never had a guilty pleasure that, like, I don't know, you know, like, some people are like, oh, yeah, no, my guilty pleasure is, like, eating food or something like that. Like, I don't have, like, a specific guilty pleasure that I can just say off the top of my head. I don't know. Honestly, I think I can think of two things, right? So I think my first guilty pleasure is like, I apparently love gossip. Like I'm like, if you tell me a secret, right? Like I'm not gonna spill that to anyone. Like I'm good at keeping secrets. But if somebody else has like tea about something else, you know, like I am all for some tea. Like, I am willing to, like, listen to that tea in a heartbeat and just, like, tea party, throw it in the river. Boston. It's good, right? I love myself some, like, spicy tea. And, like, I guess I never thought about it that way, but, like, if somebody's got something going on, I'm just like, girl, tell me all about it. And then they're like, well, this happened. I was like, oh, no way, you know? Like, that's kind of just who I am. Who would have thought? Another guilty pleasure of mine. What are guilty pleasures? Like, not, like, what? I don't know. Like, a guilty pleasure? I don't know. Like, isn't it, like, a guilty pleasure something that, like, you're not supposed to like, but you do, right? It's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, hee, I like this. Oh my gosh, because like it's guilty, right? I don't know. Like, I think that's about it. Yeah. Guilty pleasures. I don't know. Like sometimes I'll just like, if I'm making something with brown sugar, I'll sometimes be like, oh, I don't know if that's guilty pleasure. Pressure cooker. Buy yours now. But yeah, I think that's about it. Well, folks. Yeah. I mean, like, hold up now. Gonna take it back. What? Gonna talk about just like essence of guilty pleasures. Because, like, why do they have to be guilty? Because, like, everybody likes their own thing, right? So, say if, like, you like something and you're like, oh, you're like, oh, I like biting my nails, you know, like, no, I don't like it, but I'm saying, like, for example, like, so I think some people can say that's a guilty pleasure, but, like, it's kind of just, like, a natural, like, I guess, instinct for some people, so I don't know why that'd be, like, a guilty pleasure. I don't know. Guilty pleasures are weird. People are weird, you know, because, like, some people are so, like, oh my gosh, like, you do this? How you're weird. You're a weirdo. Like, mind your own business. You know, like, mind your own bit. Like, why does it matter if somebody does something that you don't like? You know? Like, oh my gosh, the frame rate. Hi. Okay. Jeez, just had a huge lag spike. Hello, I think I'm back. Anyways, that was weird. I think it's like the lighting's kind of just like, hello, camera? My camera's freaking out. But we're just gonna ignore that and keep going. So, basically, all in all, in the end, basically, don't judge other people, you weirdo, because you probably do some weird stuff too. So if somebody's like, oh, my guilty pleasures, I like eating the, like, peels of bananas. It's like, okay, good for you. I'm not going to do that, because that's a wee bit too much for me. But you do you, man. You know, if you like taking a bite out of, like, a lemon, just like, oh, onion, oh, go for it. You know, speaking of onions, they have layers. So do cakes. And so do ogres. Now, on that thought, I'm going to end this episode today with one last final thought. One last final greeting, concept, idea for you folks at home. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for your ideas and suggestions. If you want to have your ideas and topics on the next show, write them down in the comments below, and I will talk about them. As long as they're not too weird or sexual, because I do not want to get copyrighted or something. I don't know. I probably have 10-year-olds watching this, maybe, so be good. But yeah, I'll leave you guys off with this one final phrase. Phrase of the night, phrase of the day, phrase of the final podcast. Podcast time. Onions have layers. So do onions. That's what? Onions have layers. Nope, I'm keeping it like that. Onions have layers and so do onions. You guys have a great night. I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye! This podcast is brought to you by Anakin and Anakin Incorporations. Please do not sue me because I am a poor college student. Please, dear gosh.
Podcast out!